Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I will just be doing a quick recap of my trading session in the morning. Full disclosure, as you can see at the bottom, this is a demo account. It's not real money. It's just paper money. Just practicing uh, s- to go live eventually at the end of the year. Um, Anyways, today I was watching Tesla, Apple, Neo, AMD, Walmart, which had earnings, and MRNA. We have been having a crazy movement in this stock lately. Um, Out of the open, I was just watching Apple. Was watching this 150 level that had been resistance for a long time, and yesterday we finally broke out of it. And I thought, maybe we could have a little push towards the top. By the way, this my top chart is a 2-minute chart. My bottom chart is a 5-minute chart. Um, So out of the open, we had a quick flush to the bottom. We held well, I went 49.50 level, and then we pushed. We almost engulfed the previous candle. And I thought it was pretty good trade. As you can see here, I'm about to enter the trade. My stop loss was supposed to be right below the pre-market low. I think that my stop loss was too tight. I was only risking $150 here. But yeah, my stop loss was just too tight, and I got stopped out for about a 10-cent loss here. And then as I saw that this started going up, went in again, and ended up getting stopped out once again. I think that, overall my stops here are too tight. I'm actually working on timing my stops better, and then finding levels to where to place them that you know I don't get stopped out. So as you can see here, the trade was going my way. Was watching the level two, but came back down right below pre-market low, and then got stopped out one more time. Um, Now at this point, I think I was down like $250 after this second trade, which wasn't bad. It's barely my second trade. Um, As you can see here on the level two, uh, bids was were being stacked at like 150. So I thought if it has another push higher and breaks over 150.25, I was gonna jump in one more time for a break above this opening range right here. All right, so on this second candle, I go back in, put my stop loss below 150. It was struggling to take off the high of this sector candle right here, but it finally did, and I felt more comfortable to be in the trade. Was watching the level two for that 50-cent level right there. I started taking profits right above there, just took 50% out, and I let the rest run for a bit. Right now I was good in the money, about 25 cents. So my next profit target was that 200 SMA on my 2-minute. That was also the 150, the 150.75 level. So I took more out of here just to be safe right there. I should, for the day. So next thing I do all the time, just bring my stop loss to break even. Okay. So I thought that this had still had some momentum to the top, knowing that this 150 level, it's had recently been tested. At this point, as you can see on my montage, I only have 144 shares left. I still have a profit target of 151. Took more out there. I tend to take some profits out when a candle closes. At this point, I had my stop loss to break even. but since I was already in the money and I had a pretty good move towards the top, brought my stop loss right below 150 cents. Um, I wanted to see if this next second 2 minute candle would break above the previous high of the previous handle, but it was just struggling. At this point, I was also waiting to see if we can create a wick on that current 2 minute candle, so I can bring my stop loss higher, which I did, and I ended up actually getting stopped out on my last 72 shares. It struggles there for a bit, wanting to break 151, but it actually fails. On the level two, um, it actually came to 150.99, but it didn't. There was also some big sellers up there. At this point, 151 didn't break quick enough, so I took more out. So I only had 36 shares left. At this point, just raised my target to break even. I should have just taken everything out up there. It's only 36 shares, but I did end up getting stopped out here. Overall, this was a pretty good trade. I think that my first two trades, my stop losses were too tight. I think that I should have given it more room to breathe, just about like 10 cents. Um, a cool thing on DAS is I have some hotkeys that will automatically calculate the amount of shares to take depending on my risk. So that's actually pretty neat. Um, so out of this trade, I was just watching other stocks to see, what other opportunities there were. All right, moving forward. My second trade was on MRNA. I saw that this 382 level was holding. I was actually thinking to take, if it breaks 382, we can get a quick flush to 380, but I have a rule, always go with the trend. And the trend was up. And also, if you see at the 5 minute chart, this stock actually had momentum out of the open, so I didn't want to fight the trend. So instead, I was thinking, okay, well, let me put in order to buy at 180 and a stop loss right below uh, the previous day high right there. But on the level two, this level, what 383 was holding hard. It wasn't actually breaking. Keep in mind that mRNA moves a lot, probably like $4 a candle. So I wanted to see the candle actually break with momentum at the top of the range to be safer. Just a quick scalp towards the top, get in, get out. It didn't on this candle. I was actually thinking of adding on this candle, but I wanted it to see it break 388 and it didn't. So I did not add. So I just kept waiting on this trade. I still had my idea in mind that if it hit 380, I was actually gonna go in. Just add maybe 25 shares, partial in. There was more consolidation on this stock. Let's fast forward a bit. All right. I thought that this was a pretty good amount of time for consolidation. So I did go in here, added 50 shares right at the break of 386. I wanted to add a little more at the break of that previous wick around 388. My stop loss was 382. I actually didn't put a hard stop loss on this. This is a fast mover, so gotta be quick. So right here, it's about to break, and I add for a break higher. All right, so 388, struggling. Here you go. I'm in the money now. It pulls back. I thought, if it pulls back below 386, I need to bail out. I don't want to get caught in a flush towards the bottom because that's pretty dangerous with 100 shares. Just paying attention to the level two to make sure it didn't lose 380, 387. I was actually watching to see if it breaks above 389. My profit target was 390, so I took off half of my position at 388. Was waiting for 390 to break. So it got close to it, like 389. So I took another 25 shares out. So I only have 25 left. Um, at this point, I'm in the money. Pretty good profit. So I ended up taking everything out, covering everything right down there. It was a pretty good trade too. I was pretty proud of this trade. I actually managed to be patient and wait for the trade to develop. So, all right. So now I had taken, let's see, one, two, three, four trades. So my rule is only 5 trades a day. Um, so fast forward, my last trade was actually on Tesla. We're just scrolling. I saw, so here the idea on Tesla was that we had a huge consolidation range here from about 673 to 668. And on the 5 minute, we tried to push higher, failed. I know that people jumped in here at the break of this range, around 674. So after they failed and they closed below VWAP, I know those longs were starting to panic. So this was a great opportunity. I wanted to take it here below 670, which was the break of pre-market low. During this trade, I actually pushed the wrong buttons, so it wasn't as clean. But here it is. Um, so I pushed up, and I thought, okay, well, not right now. We're at VWAP, so let me add 50 shares. Right. So I'm here filling up 50 shares on the montage. Went in. My stop loss was above 671 here. So as soon as I went into the trade, it actually went on my way. On the rear view, I was actually watching the time and sells. Actually, this I did not mean to do this. I meant to add, but instead I put a stop limit order. That's why I got filled here. My goal was to mark it in right below as it broke 670. But this when Tesla goes, it goes hard. So I thought, okay, well now that I'm in, I have a pretty good chance to get some points in my favor. So right here, right, I was looking, okay, this is the level, obviously 670, 667. You see those wicks, so that's why I took partial here and then brought my stop loss to break even. Right now, I'm just waiting to see if it breaks this opening range low. Um, if it breaks, it will flush to the downside. I made a mistake. If you see here, I have my cursor pointing sell 100 long, and I accidentally added more down here. If I do sell long, it just gets me short. So I know that I realized that that was a mistake. So I realized that that was a mistake, and I ended up just, bailing out of the position, knowing that I didn't mean to do that. Um, I didn't. This candle was too extended already, so me adding here, my average was was not as great as it had been if I would have gotten in right at 670. So I just bailed out on the position. Um, Today was a pretty good day. Respected my rules, only took 5 trades, and I position size accordingly and manage my risk, which is really important. So today for the day, I ended up making about $300, I think. Let's check. I don't remember how much I made. Yep, I ended up making about 300 bucks. Let's see. Yeah, 355, right? Took 5 trades, two out of the open losers. Then I had a pretty good winner on Apple. Then MRNA was a pretty good winner, and then Tesla was a good winner. So overall, today was a pretty good day. So that's it for today, guys. I'll catch you on the next trading recap tomorrow.